in our older age, we just thought we started doing something more healthy, and everybody started talking about bikes. So I got me a bike. Everybody started getting bikes. So we just started riding.
Well, the reason Take Back the Streets happened, or the motivation for it, was just a group of friends that get together and ride. We started to do this on Mondays. My friends are barbers. Most of us are in our late 30s, 40s. So it was an exercise thing for us.
A lot of the younger kids was able to see like gang members, ex-gang members, OGs. They looked up to them once as like this violent gang member, and now they see them doing something totally different in life. So it kind of helps the kid, you know, take it like a shortcut on his life. He see, okay, this ain't the way to go, because he switched up.
And as we got closer deeper into the summer, of course, we started hearing in the news about all the shootings and everything that were going on in the neighborhood. So it popped in my head as well, since we ride, let's try to do a community bike ride, with the emphasis being that after that ride, we would have a social. So we wanted to invite different groups in the community to come out and be able to hand out information.
The way it was blowing up, we might need a little help, you know, because more people want to participate than what we actually thought.
We may need to get some more bikes just because we may have more people involved, and not even knowing that the Cycle Center did things like that.
And issue bikes for people that didn't have them. We came up with 50 bikes for issues. We actually just zigzag around North Portland, hitting every street, a lot of the trouble streets, and then I led them up into the park.
How many people came?
We estimated a little over 350 some people.
During high school, I actually belonged to an organization called Brothers Gaining Equality Through Excellence, go by the name of BGE, and just doing neighborhood cleanups. And it was already in me in high school. In the 80s and 90s, gangs was really, you know, big in the neighborhood. A lot of shootings all the time. I would have several friends that belonged to gangs, so that's what gave me the idea to start doing this type of work.
Well, gangs hit in Oregon in '84. I was one of the first, so we didn't bang for color reason. We kind of banged because we was being forced by California gangs to either get in or get out. And we kind of just was like, we from Portland, we, you know, this don't happen here. And then at the same time, we was young. It was something I regret, because most of those cats I'm talking about is deceased now.
DeMarcus later went to the military, got himself cleaned up and everything, came back home and wanted to change his life around and been trying to do positive things. So he got into coaching and he plays mush ball, and I would go to some of the games, and he started coming out on some of the bike rides with us, and that's kind of how we collaborated on the bike ride.
I said we got some of the biggest G's in the city ready to come together and put a big dent in gang violence. I've been contacted by, it don't even matter what gang you from at this time. We gonna be one gang, one big unit.
Back when I was coming up in the 90s, you knew that certain guys hung out on 13th block. Well, if you went by there as a rival gang shooting, you were probably gonna end up shooting some gang member. Now, with the gentrification, now you have reached this out to Gresham.
All I know is apartments that used to be $550 and take Section 8 and housing are now $1,500 and called condos, and all they got is some paint on them. Houses I grew up in that was owned by black families and neighborhoods pretty much run by black families, I just tore down. The history that they was able to build in a city like Oregon is even been taken away from them.
And you still have some lingering around here in North and Northeast Portland, and then you've reached some out towards Hillsborough, which means that what they would call OGs, the guys you may be dealing with in the gangs, now you don't know who that is. Sometimes that's how you end up with a lot of crazy shootings. Actually, that's maybe it's been even made the problem worse almost. Just the spread out, you don't know where it's coming from now.
A couple of weeks ago, we had a guy shot in the head at point blank range coming out of AMPM. Black, African American. Had another kid shot just blocks away. Now, had that happened in Beaverton and that been two white kids, this would have went national. This didn't even go local. First gang members at 84. I'm 44. We still don't got a program for kids to walk in and get some help. But you're throwing money away every year that could go towards the program. Get the house, open the house, and then I can put a staff together that can put a dent in gang violence here in Portland.
His idea to try to get a home and have kids there to be able to come that maybe have been trying to get out of gangs or are maybe beginning to have that issue at home where a mother brings them there.
The military changed me. So I'm gonna run the house on a military type of style where the kids, instead of going to jail and sitting there and learning more negative behavior, they can simply go to get sentenced to the house, you know, but I also learned how to be a man, wash my clothes, cook my dinner, survive the right way. I learned a lot in the military. You know, we're losing African American males quicker than all the tigers and elephants y'all worrying about. We is the at-risk on this earth. Every time we walk out, police, other gangs, other black males, or white males, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Take it off the birds and put it on us. Give them a bigger fine for killing us. When I did the bike ride, I didn't step on nobody's toes. Every hood we ran through, I had already sat down with the top cats of them gangs and told them, I'm coming through your back door with the Stop the Violence ride. Everything gonna be all right. And I got nothing but blessings all the way through. Thanks for that too.
Everything's turned into bikes around here.
Do you feel connected to that?
Actually, I do.
You talking about cats scared of police? I don't get butterflies when I walk through crowds of bikers and crowds of where I'm the only minority. I get nervous when I'm at police functions.
My vision would be that kids and parents start using bicycles as a means of transportation. I'm all for whatever the city does as far as moving bikes forward.
United will never be. United.
I mean, I know once I start riding my bike, I feel a lot not so stiff, a lot looser, you know what I'm saying, more kind of might make you feel athletic. You feel good about riding too. Everybody I know that they've been riding is riding like way further than they could imagine. It's just them first couple of days you got to get through. You get through them first 2 or 3 days, you good.